Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 187 of Report This Post, the podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger, and that is Christian.
For the love of God, go outside and pick up a football.
And we're your hosts with the posts. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. This week's topic, as chosen by listener Chucky, is eSports.
That's right.
Now, what the hell is eSports?
Sure. According to Wikipedia, eSports, short for electronic sports, is a form of competition using video games. Esports often takes the form of organized multiplayer video game competitions, particularly between professional players, individually or as teams. These competitions were largely between amateurs until the late 2000s, when participation by professional gamers and spectatorship in these events through live streaming saw a large surge in popularity.
Yes, and I can confirm that for exactly 15 to 20 minutes, I was one of those amateur esports competitors.
So too close to the sun there, or what?
Well, yeah, so I feel like I've talked about this event before. I attended a LAN party that was like a sponsored event at the where the University of South Florida plays basketball here in Tampa, Florida. Like an actual a arena. They had dozens and dozens of cool dudes brought their giant desktop computers to hook up and play games together, and I managed to hop in on a competitive match of Quake 3 Arena.
Okay, all right, yep.
And there was 3 or 4 minutes where I was in first place, and it was the biggest high of my life at that point. And
at that point, okay,
sure. Well, sure, but thankfully I actually lost, because if I won, who the hell knows what could have happened in my life? It could have really been like, well, this is my thing now. I'm going to devote my entire time to this.
Well, you think that would have been bad? Now, what do you do?
I didn't say
your
bad
time
necessarily.
Now?
I just said it would be different. But yes, it probably would be even worse than what's going on now. The main reason I wanted to win, because if I recall correctly, the winner would get a year's supply of Balls energy drink.
Man. Wow.
BAWLS, folks. Look it up, Balls energy drink.
They still make that stuff?
Of course they do. You can buy it online right now. 25 years. They're celebrating 25 years of Balls.
Wow.
It's, over there at balls.com. Get sponsored. Uh-oh. Move over, Manscaped. I think we're going to have a new one here soon. I have no problem selling out for my friends over at balls.com. But anyway, that was the most actual competition I've ever had in the video game realm. That was 22 years ago, and have recently, by recently I mean this past week, I watched some videos of esports to prep for this episode, and it was some of the worst images and sound I've seen in my life.
I can imagine, yeah. I did not go that far into the research for this episode because I think this shit is gay.
Yes.
And stupid.
Correct. That is the best way to describe what I was looking at. You know, I can sort of get watching dudes play video games on Twitch, sort of like a casual hangout situation, right?
Sure.
But
you're their friend.
yeah, this competitive stuff, everything is moving so fast, you don't know what you're actually looking at. Or at least I couldn't tell what the hell was going on.
The idea of doing a play-by-play, somebody's doing like a commentary as it's running. Boy.
And these aren't professional broadcasters doing play-by-play. These are former eSports players. So.
Or even worse, just somebody that's interested in video games.
Yeah. And you're watching a game like Dota 2, which seems like at best something you like Farmville, basically, and yet it's extremely popular. And people take it very seriously, but it looks like a real dumb thing for dumb people. So I don't know how it's competitive and fun. I don't think it can be. So, but somehow there is money in it. Somewhere.
Hey, and more power to him. Get the hustle, fellas. Chase the bag.
Yeah.
And I'm sure these guys are going to be broke here in 5 years.
Yes. Now, why did listener Chucky decide to choose eSports as a topic?
Well, Geiger, I wish I could tell you. Emailed Chucky earlier this week, asked him why that was. Didn't hear back.
Okay.
But I do know that he did buy this for his furry baby Jasmine. Now, not sure if this is a pet or perhaps like a Puerto Rican girlfriend, but Jasmine, I hope you enjoy the episode.
Great. Thanks to Chucky and Jasmine. Great. Classic. You can picture the wedding now with those two.
Unless it's a pet. Or even if it's a pet.
No, if someone likes eSports, it's very possible. Well, enough of this bullshit. Why don't we go and read some goddamn posts on episode 187, Murder, Death, Kill.
Damn, could have done something with that. I do. Yep. Ice Cube, Reddit user, Nintendo Fnatic 419 went to the subreddit r eSports to ask, why don't my parents take eSports seriously? I was talking to them about my interest in eSports and how I love to watch them and would love to compete. My dad just looked at me and said eSports isn't a sport and walked off. My mom was nicer about it, but she still just kind of laughed about it. My real question is, why don't most people take eSports seriously? Blue421 replied, I'm assuming they're older and were never really interested in games to begin with. It's not something that connects with the older generation, really, because they don't see the value in it. Try showing them some clips of big esport heads going on financial news shows, and they might be more inclined when they hear how much capital is getting involved with it. But Purity the Kitty 1 added this. The popularity of games are short-lived compared to traditional sports. Just like pro athletes in said traditional sports, you will have a short career, potentially risk your education opportunities, and build your life around contributing nothing to the human race. I wouldn't push my kids into esports.
Yeah, really just let them know, like, if you get into this, you are completely worthless. You offer nothing.
You are a turd, yes.
And this is in the esports subreddit.
That's correct, yes.
So, tough advice. Yeah, I think, just picturing the dad just like, just pissed, but trying his best.
Just, a very smoldering rage underneath, yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple holes in the wall in the basement after that one.
Goes down there, cracks open a couple of cores.
Oh, just sounds awesome.
Blasts a hole through the drywall.
Also, this post was done by Nintendo Fnatic 419, and then Blue 421 replied, "Hey, can you folks meet in the middle?" It is the week of 420, folks, so something to think about.
Yeah, it should be Blue Nendo Fagtanic 420.
Okay. Well, speaking of parents, Reddit user MercyMay98 posed this question. Am I the asshole for yelling at my mother after she called me a disappointment?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a 20-year-old trans female still living at home with my mother. Since I graduated high school, I've been trying to get a job with no luck. My dream is to be a pro eSports player, and I figured I could use this pandemic time to practice and, if I'm lucky, get picked up by a small organization or something. Today, my mother came into my room, and I was in the middle of a match. She tried to talk to me, but I didn't answer her, saying I needed to finish this match first. Well, that set her off, and she ended up unplugging my computer. I was livid. I asked, as calmly as I could muster, why she did that. She went on her usual spiel about how I need to get a, quote, real job now that COVID's over. It's not, obviously. And that it isn't healthy for me to, quote, play video games as much as I do. She knows I've always dealt with mental health issues, and she knows this is my dream, yet she still insists I can just go out and, quote, apply for a real job like it's nothing. She ended up calling me a disappointment. This made me even angrier than I was before. My mom has always been a little funny about me being trans and has expressed some doubts about the legitimacy of my mental problems in the past, and even though she was talking about me still living at home on the surface, I couldn't help but feel she meant a little more than just that. All this anger that had been building over the course of the argument finally exploded, and I screamed that I hated her right to her face. She ran out of the room crying. So I do feel kind of bad for making her cry, but at the same time, I feel like she does a really bad job supporting her own daughter and is constantly just berating me and making everything so much harder. She hasn't come back into the room to talk to me yet, and I haven't gone out to talk to her. Top response to that was this. Sounds more like your mom sees you as a disappointment because all you're doing is staying home and playing video games for the past 2 years. Yes, being an esports player is your dream, but most people have a job to pay their bills as they try to reach their dreams. You're the asshole. Which sounds about right.
I would probably have to agree with that. Yeah, a couple standout things in this, for sure, is I've been trying to get a job with no luck, so passing the blame on that one. 20 years old, since I graduated high school, trying to get a job. Figured I could use this pandemic time to practice to get picked up by a small org. Not great. And then the whole COVID's over. There's just a lot of like passing the blame in this, which is a really cool thing to think of. So,
yeah, good sign.
Good, really good. That things are going to get a lot better in that household for sure.
Also, she said she put playing video games like in quotes like I'm not playing.
For sure.
This is work.
I'm not playing a game, Mom. I'm honing my skills, my life skills at This is my dream. Okay.
Yeah. I'm making Kirby do hard labor right now. I'm not just goofing off in here.
When this door is shut and you hear the level select for Super Mario World, that means I'm working.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to come in.
Yeah, I'm a competitive Metroid player. It's a one-player game. That's unrelated.
This person, okay, I'm looking at this person's account on Reddit. They have a negative 100 comment karma on Reddit.
That seems tricky to do.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, man. In the toilet. And that's the coolest part is that this is their only post on Reddit. So all of that comes from... Yeah, all of it comes from this post.
One post and then a whole bunch of comments in that thread responding to people who are saying, shut the fuck up and get a job. Yeah. Cool.
Good luck to her. Have fun out there. Hey, speaking of that, though, plenty of folks want to make a career in esports. Like this post from the subreddit r eSports. Going to be majoring in esports, and I want to make a team before I leave for college. I'm looking for pointers. Does anyone got anything? I am a senior in high school and will be majoring in eSports management next year in college. I have been creating content on Twitch and YouTube for around 5 years. I have been the coach of a small team before and have even run a Twitch live streaming team, both of which just kind of failed after a few months. You may be thinking, why not wait until college to learn how to manage an esports team since you will be majoring in that? But there are 3 main reasons I want to start now. Reason 1. I have so much free time during my senior year, and I spend half the free time watching anime and playing games, and I want to do something useful with my time instead of just throwing it away. Reason 2. I feel like it could look amazing on my resume. Created an esport team in senior year of high school to me would feel extremely satisfying as it's been a dream of mine for several years. And reason 3. I want to use my time at college to help improve my team, not to learn how to make it. I have always been a person to want to do stuff ahead of time, so I could use my future time to help improve on stuff that could use the improving. Anyways, I would really appreciate any of y'all's help, as it could actually drastically change my future. Here's the top comment. 1. Don't major in esports. 2. Just start your esports team.
Yeah, this is like, you'll see this with like, I don't know, like stand-up comedy.
How do I get started? Just do it.
Just go. Just don't go to school for it. You can't do homework to be funny. Just go do comedy. Yeah, he feels this. It would look amazing on his resume that he created an esports team.
Sure.
I'm not sure to whom it would look amazing.
Yeah. Just like you're 21 years old, fresh out of college. You got for that you went to for esports, and the only thing on your resume is started an esports team my senior year of college or senior year of high school. It's like,
yeah,
who cares?
I feel like if I, granted, I guess maybe I'm not the person that would be hiring this guy, but if I created an esports team in high school, I would think, so that means anyone can create an esports team. Like, that doesn't mean anything. I would just assume that means absolutely nothing.
Correct.
Oh, you're in a Discord with 6 guys, and they said, hey, I'm starting a team, and 4 of them said, okay, and that's what happened? That's probably what actually happened. So,
all of the guys from your anime club and one of their girlfriends joined your team.
Yeah. And what school is offering esports management? I mean,
boy, I'll tell you, there's a lot of online schools that are offering it.
Sure. So fake schools. Yeah.
That's right.
This guy probably created the school too.
I created the school the senior year of high school so that he had college to go to. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, you know what, Christian? We'll get back to those posts in a second. But first, this episode of Report This Post is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. And good news, Manscaped recently launched the ultimate men's hygiene bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off. That's right, 20% off and free worldwide shipping. That means the entire world gets free shipping.
Oh, okay. Good.
By just using the promo code REPORT at manscaped.com. Isn't that incredible?
It is. And I can say that we're proud, nay, honored.
Yes.
That we partnered with Manscaped.
Obliged. Contractually made to say.
Then those fine folks sent us a whole grab bag of goodies in the Manscaped Performance Package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, the Crop Reviver toner, Performance Boxer Briefs Boxer, and a convenient travel bag.
That's right. I've personally been using the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 quite often. It's literally changed my life. This 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents, thanks to their advanced skin scape. Oh boy. Look, the technology, it's advanced. It's called Advanced Skin Safe Technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof, so no more mess on the bathroom floor. Plus, it features a 400K LED spotlight to expose every follicle of your nutsack to insanely bright light. Certainly must be good for your nutsack skin. Or you can also kill ants with it, I think, if you really want.
Just going around the corners of the bathroom. There you are, you bastard.
Or if you're like me and you have ants on your balls at any given moment, it's just two birds with one stone.
Brother, I've been there. It's more likely than you think.
Just add in the Crop Preserver below the waist deodorant and Crop Reviver below the waist toner to your daily hygiene routine, and your life will be just as good as mine.
That's saying something, folks. And I'm over here been busy using the Manscaped Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, which is also waterproof. Oh boy, and provides proprietary skin-safe technology.
We're too drunk on the power we get from our beautiful balls and nose hairs. Sorry, guys.
Reduce nicks, snags, and tugs. I was going to think it was like we were just lucky enough to both have a gas leak at the same time. It'd be great.
Well, that would be the best thing possible.
Hey, if that wasn't good enough for everybody, Manscaped threw in 2 free goodies to their performance package, the Manscaped Boxers and the Travel Bag. So you can easily bring your Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer with you anywhere you go in case you need to trim your balls in the car, at work, or hell, at church. Between sermons, why not? Get it in there.
Folks, you take care of your nuts and your nuts will take care of you. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping, free worldwide shipping, might I reiterate, with the promo code REPORT. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com when you use promo code REPORT at checkout. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Now, Christian, we were just talking about coaching eSports. Well, a gentleman named Kyle Kai Suter is an American eSports coach and former professional player, mostly in the game Overwatch, whatever the hell that is. Something I've seen a million times, the name, and just didn't register. Doesn't sound like anything.
Avoid in your mind. Yep.
Those are just some syllables thrown together for the hell of it. Back in 2018, Kai tweeted this out. Congrats to Coach Aaron Atkins. Please beat Korea. Atkins is the head coach of Team Arrow, and back in 2018 was the head coach of Team USA, who was moving on in a tournament to face South Korea. Anyway, this tweet was met with some interesting comments, especially this response from a woman named Chyler. Could you be more blatantly xenophobic? And a different guy named Kyle responded, chill, that obviously wasn't his intentions. It's a simple rivalry. And Chyler said, still rubs off that way, whether he meant it or not. It was an unnecessary attachment, especially considering his past actions.
Okay.
Well, Kai's past actions are apparently this when he decided to put a Korean guy on his team when he was a coach. The Korean guy's name was Effect.
Cool.
And
so cool.
Kai said this, we're very lucky to have him, but at the same time, you could definitely notice the clash of culture. Effect was always the Korean that wanted to beat the Koreans. So integrating Effect was much easier than integrating a Korean who wants to impose Korean culture onto everyone else.
He's one of the good ones.
That word impose is so brutal there.
Let me think of what could be imposing of Korean culture. Perhaps playing video games for 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's something those guys like to do, right?
Yeah, so South Korea is like the number one esports country in the world. So yeah, if you want to get one of those guys on your team, don't you? Doesn't that make sense?
One of those guys. Yeah, that's right.
Look, all I'm saying is if you were, let's just say hypothetically, you were building a ship that needed people to row boats across the Atlantic Ocean. there's certain people that are more adapted, let's just say, to that type of activity. You know.
I believe this is the second week in a row where something about the good ship Amistad has come up on the podcast. And I'm glad to see that that's going to be the new recurring bit for a bit.
And what a good ship it was.
The good ship just Shirley
The
Temple
Titanic
dancing
of its
around,
day.
singing about a slave ship. Great. Well, good luck to those guys wiping out those wily South Koreans. Those are the okay ones, right? They're still.
I'm not sure any of them are great. I mean, look. To be fair, I don't know the difference between Korea, Vietnam, Australia. No fucking idea. It's all the same fucking thing.
Man, but do they make some good dumplings, all of them, huh? How about it? Hey, speaking of, I don't know, people that can't drive, Twitter user at Briggsy Cakes, a they with 3,000 followers, tweeted out, as a marginalized person in eSports, I know full well that Overwatch and Overwatch League have shown me trauma that I didn't think even existed. It showed me how cruel people really could be. But it also showed me how amazing people can be as well. So I'm not giving up on esports. I'll do everything in my power to create inclusive communities where no one has to feel ashamed for who they are, for exuding a jus de verre, for using their talents to make the industry a better, more colorful place. I'll write 1 million articles if that's what it takes.
Please. Oof.
I'll write 1 million articles.
That is a complete threat. That is, you call the police when you see that.
Has there ever been a more online statement than that? Oh my god.
Yeah. I'll fave the hell out of a whole bunch of tweets if I need to. if it'll help whatever they are talking about here. Ah, boy. What trauma are you seeing from Overwatch League? Well, okay, what is Overwatch? I'm going to find out right now. What the hell is Overwatch?
It's a first-person shooter with a bunch of different cartoony guys on there. There's a big monkey.
Ugh. This looks so fucking stupid.
There's a cowboy. There's all sorts of stuff on there.
You know what? This really just looks like Quake 3 Arena, so I guess I shouldn't really...
You run around and you shoot guys, and each match is like 20 seconds long. That's the thing about the esports thing, is like it's so fast. How can you pay attention to it? I don't know.
Yeah, I watched a couple of the first person ones especially, and they're just like shooting and then aiming at something
around,
that you can't see, and then you just see like a thing. You fragged this guy. I'm like, what the? I didn't even see the guy, and this guy killed him. I guess I don't know. And then like something happens, and you're like, fuck. I'm like, wait, were you killed? Did something bad happen? How do you know what's going on? Anyway, I'm gonna download Quake 3 Arena after this and relive some sort of horrifying. I'm gonna have to find my own trauma, revisit it again.
You're gonna get way deep into it. It's gonna be your new thing for.
I'm gonna
2
be
weeks.
heaving before we know it, folks. Look forward to
that. And that's another threat. Yes.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see my little swoopy purple hair. I'm gonna give what's his name, McElroy.
What? Oh yes,
give those
a
guys
run for his money. Yeah.
Oh boy, God, that's really the last thing I really need to do for full on. I've done just about every other 42-year-old guy, white guy, desperate hobby.
Sure.
I just haven't gone full gay, I guess.
I mean, you haven't gotten into painting miniatures or model making yet, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome too, folks. Send me some miniatures. No comments about my penis when I say that. Some woman went to whine on the subreddit r eSports about why there weren't enough women in competitive eSports.
Sure.
And some folks said that that's just because of how sexist the environment is. And a gentleman over there responded, if there aren't enough women competing, it's because they can't deal with the environment, then they don't have what it takes to compete. The environment itself is part of the competition. And the OP responded, people shouldn't have to deal with sexual harassment to compete playing a game they enjoy. Just look at some of the stories women in esports have been coming out with. And the dude said, they shouldn't, but they do. That's simply the environment as it exists for both genders. Men can tolerate it, but women can't. That means they aren't real competitors because they can't compete in the existing environment.
That's right. Yeah. Can only imagine these guys are getting sexually harassed up and down both sides in the old esports arena. For sure.
I mean, he's technically right. Everyone has to deal with it if they're dealing with it, but almost none, but they're not dealing with it. So I don't know if that counts. The same.
I think they're mostly probably the ones doing the sexual harassment.
That's also very, very true and very probable. In fact, this guy has probably sent his penis to several women. In the middle of a game.
A private chat comes up and it's just this guy's wet little pud. That's right. It looks like a fried mushroom, just from a sampler platter, just sitting there.
Sounds good.
Fried mushrooms are really good, actually. They do. They hit the spot every once in a while. I'll tell you what, folks. Hey, speaking of the fairer sex, Reddit user Everlast333 went to the subreddit r competitive Overwatch. Oh my God, Overwatch to put some feelers out. We were talking about Koreans earlier, and I'm just going all weird on it. Over at Gasu Gamers, we're considering kicking off female-only tournaments to promote participation of the fairer sex, as we don't see a lot of it in the implied mixed-gender tournaments that we run. I realize it may be difficult to assemble enough teams, but perhaps we can assist with that process. We are, of course, of the mind that unlike in traditional physical sports, all things are equal in gaming. There's no reason why ladies should not be able to pair up with or be on equal footing with their male counterparts. We're happy to create an environment in which girls naturally would network, put teams together, and start sharpening iron with iron. User KazenVidia commented, all girls teams never work. It's just a gimmick that only lasts for a couple Kotaku posts before the team gets disbanded or breaks up due to never placing anywhere near top 8. And Snakes Over Eagles added, there are biological differences in the brain structure, also known as sexual dimorphism, which lead to different levels of proficiency at certain tasks. You are not going to be able to change the overall big picture regarding representation levels.
Not a single lie detected here. Yeah. All things are equal in gaming. Of course, we are doing female-only tournaments. Sounds like not that equal. If you need to have just to get little games where girls can play Barbie's Shop-A-Rama or whatever the fuck. Remember those? There was a computer game for Barbie. I gotta look it up. It was a big deal back in the 90s.
Because it was like the first girls' game or something?
Yeah. Barbie Fashion Designer from 1996. And it's got a 88% likes from Google. 3.9 overall on Amazon.
Who is reviewing everything? This from?
Wow, you can buy the CD-ROM for this on Amazon.
How much?
$20 for a used acceptable.
You know what?
Which I didn't know was a
now.
How
much is Star Wars Droid Works over there on Amazon?
Because see, that was a good one.
That was that was a game.
Women, you just don't know. You ladies, you'll never know.
There's a 4-hour playthrough of Star Wars Droid Works on YouTube. Yep, gonna go ahead and gonna go ahead and
add that.
Pin that for later. Nice.
Yeah, it was that was the one with like that cute little they looked real cute in that game, if I recall correctly.
The droids?
Yeah.
They're just cute.
Make some
in
real
general.
funny ones. Yeah, that was good. Oh man. Oh boy. Every time I do a video game episode, this fucking happens to me.
You go down the rabbit hole and you're like, I have to.
I wish I was 14 again. I'm a fucking loser.
The best time of my life.
And it was dog shit, too.
Smash cut to you
horrific.
In a dark room, 4 inches from a computer monitor. Yeah.
4 inches from a 7-inch computer monitor.
Just flickering.
Oh, folks, I'm old enough to remember it being a big deal when we bought a color monitor for the house. That's insane to think about. There was a time when monitors didn't come in color, just like televisions,
and people.
All right, we're going to stop right here because we're going to finish the rest of this episode over on patreon.com/reportthispost. That's right. If you enjoyed this first 20-ish to 30-ish minutes of the episode, you'll be happy to know that there's about an hour extra of this one over there on patreon.com/reportthispost. Head over there, and all you got to do is subscribe for $5 a month. You'll get every single full episode with dozens of more posts a month, plus an additional bonus episode every single week. Unbelievable. This is literally millions of posts that we read on the air every single month. Possibly billions. I have not counted. In fact, I can't count. I'm actually illiterate as well. But irregardless, patreon.com/reportthispost, and we'll see you over there, and God bless.